Hey guys, just thought I'd pop out a quick live, just enjoying the sunshine, another beautiful day up here, beautiful winter's day in Noosa. Just sitting here at the barrel bar, what we call the barrel bar out the front, just enjoying watching the sun start to get lower, and just thought I'd pump out a quick Facebook live, and it's something that I call Tomorrow Starts Today, 6 things. So sometimes it's incredible, you do so much personal development and so much mindset training, and you look at different systems, and you get to some success and you think you got things down packed pretty well, but we always need reminders on just little things that work all the time. I remember reading and listening to the fact that, hey, we should pay ourselves first every single time we get paid and take out 10%. So every time you get your wage or your commissions, whatever it may be, take out 10% immediately and put that into a different bank account. Fastest way to get wealthy. And I must have heard that 10, 20, 30 times and always thought, what a great idea. Should do that, and never ever did it. And every single time I got paid, I almost had no money in my bank account. Then I'd get paid again, and then just before I got paid, I almost had no money, and that pattern kept on going. Then one day the light bulb went off. I read it again. I went, what, I should do that. So every time I got paid, this is back early 2000s in my gym membership, every time they got paid to me with my franchise, I took 10% and I put that into another bank account. And guess what? I never ever missed it. I still went out nightclubbing. I still went out for dinner. I still did every single thing that I was doing before. And just before I got paid, I was just about to run out of money again. And just before I was about to get paid, I'd run out of money again. But I saved $30,000 that year because I took out 10% immediately after getting paid and put into another bank account, and I didn't touch it. My lifestyle didn't change. I didn't miss it. It was just a discipline of doing it. And it was just on the weekend that I heard something similar again. Don't go to bed unless you've written down 6 things that you need to do tomorrow. So tomorrow starts today. And I was sitting there thinking, I do that sometimes, but not consistently enough. And it's funny because your day doesn't really get started. You get up, you play with the kids, you get them off to kindy, school, whatever. You might do some exercise. You sort of sit down and go, right, what do I got to do today? Or you get really caught up on social media or replying to emails, taking phone calls that really aren't that productive. Before you know it, you're picking up the kids from school. It's 2:30 p.m. and your day hasn't been that productive. And so here's what I want you guys to do. Before you go to bed tonight, I want you to write the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I want you to write down from priority what you've got to do tomorrow. So it's Monday, right? I hope you haven't got that sinking feeling that tomorrow's Monday on a Sunday, but I want you to write down the most important productive thing that you need to do tomorrow to take your business, your job, your productivity, your success to the next level. And then number 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. And then I want you to make sure you do that number 1 priority. When that's done, number 2, do that number 3, and so forth and so forth. Now, if you get to Tuesday and number 1 still isn't completed, then on Monday night, you still write the same thing that you need to do at number 1. So you keep writing it at number 1 until it gets done. Highest priority, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and do that every single night. So do not go to bed until you have written down the top 6 things that you need to do the next day. Sleep on it, and then get up in the morning, bang, that's number 1 I've got to do. And get really specific and disciplined with doing number 1, number 2, number 3. Don't get up in the morning. If number 1 says, hey, I need to book 6 room hires for my upcoming tour. If number 1 says I've got to call 10 people today, if number 1 says I've got to get my Facebook campaign going, then don't get up in the morning and check your emails. That's not number 1. It shouldn't even be in your top 6, right? And so you get caught up with unproductive things. Whatever number 1 says, get up in the morning, get straight into it. You already know what you're doing. Number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was funny. There's a story based on the Carnegie days, back in the early 1900s. It's in Think and Grow Rich, where a young salesperson walked in to the still, multi-million-dollar business and sort of said to him, I'm going to tell you some magic. I'm going to tell you how to run your business. I'm going to tell you the number 1 thing to help with productivity. And he sort of said, look, we know what we're doing, but if you can show me what we're not doing right, or you can show me how to do it better, and then I'll pay you a sum of money, pretty much whatever you want. And so he showed them this technique. He went into all their top sales managers and said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, start with number 1, write it down before you go to bed at night. And so tomorrow starts today. And Carnegie came back 90 days later and said, our managers, our staff, all our top executives have never been more productive in the whole time our business has been around, except for the last 90 days. And it was that simple technique, which they kind of already knew, but they just weren't doing it strictly and weren't doing it disciplined. And so Carnegie actually wrote him a check for $25,000, which back in the early 1900s is a lot of money. And so guys, it reminded me to formally do it more disciplined and more consistently. I mean, I have a to-do list in my diary. It's a lot longer than 6 things, but just to have a little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 before I go to bed every night, wake up, bang, number 1. It's incredible the consistent productivity. You're doing the things that actually get you where you need to go. Forget about social media, forget about your emails, forget about a lot of your phone calls, and get to do those productivity exercises. So guys, that's a little bit of a tip that reminded me on the weekend when I heard it again to be better at that. It's a very, very simple thing, just like saving 10% every single time you get paid, but do we actually do it? And so maybe there's 2 tips in there for you today. Get that 10%, 20% thing going, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 basic things. But again, I guarantee you do both of those things for the next 90 days consistently and watch your productivity savings, and it's refreshing. It'll go through the roof. So start that today. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Exactly, mate. If you're not treating it like a business, it's a hobby. Thanks, Stefan. How are you, mate? Good to see you there. It's very simple to do, very easy to admit it. See, the things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. And we hear it over and over and over again, and sometimes it sounds too simple that it can't be that powerful. But trust me when I tell you that it is. So on the comments below here, just give us a thumbs up if you're going to do that tonight, and let me know, even come back to this post and just let me know what your top 6 things are that you've written down. It's a little bit like when people say they're going to do their goals, but they kind of don't. So I get them to send me a picture of their goals pinned up on the wall. That way I know not only do they have goals, they've actually written them down and they've pinned them up. So let me know what your top 6 things are to do tomorrow, and it'd be great to share them so we can see, hey, what are the things that you think are the 6 most important exercises or jobs or phone calls or anything that you need to do tomorrow? What do you think the top 6 things are for you to be productive in your business, in your job, in your career, in your home life, whatever it may be? It'd be interesting to know if anyone wants to share. So enjoy your weekend. I'm going to just enjoy a couple of quiet ones here on the barrel bar. And then we've got a 4-week health kick coming up. So enjoy the sunshine and a couple of quiet ones tonight while we can. Enjoy your Sunday, but make sure you get to the point where you enjoy your Monday even more. Cheers, guys. Have a good one. Live life by design. Live life on your terms. Beautiful day.